Good morning to you. Good morning to you. If you can hear me very well, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What I'm trying to do, I'm trying to try as much as possible to cover all my social media, but it's so impossible for me to cover it at the same time. I covered Facebook on Monday. I think I covered Instagram earlier on today. So I'm trying to cover YouTube quickly before I start my afternoon work. Trying to cover YouTube quickly. So as such, I welcome you on board. If you are just coming on my timeline for the first time, Lawyer Tukumbo Lagbaye is what the whole world knows me as. Pretty much sure if you look at the topic I put out there, pretty straightforward. But sometimes it might not be that straightforward because of inability of so many people to take advice at the right time when it's required. As you will know, I'm an expert on family migration. But the thing you have to bear in mind is that a lot of people want to register their children to have UK passports because maybe at the time the kid was born or the children were born, either way that is applicable in your matter, none of the parents has a settled status to remain in the UK, and as such, the child will not have document either. But then having said that, because the child only knows UK as his main country and no any other country, the child will not necessarily be removed or tampered with. But then when it comes to the issue of dealing with parents' application, parent immigration status in the UK, it basically means that kids can sometimes be affected in between. They can be affected if care is not taken. So I'm kind of looking at the way to resolve the problem, pragmatically, the way to resolve the problem. Because when you look at some of the things, I mean, you would agree with me. At the end of the day, when that child becomes a UK citizen, the child will only become a UK citizen either the child has spent 10 years of his or her life in the UK at birth. From birth, when the child is born from birth, and the child consistently remains in the United Kingdom, then if you look at it from that angle, then that child will be entitled in his or her own right to have UK citizenship. But if that is not the case, and either of the parents becomes settled in the UK, the child will have the opportunity to become settled, to become registered as a UK citizen in between, providing the child was born in the United Kingdom and remains in the UK. The child will be able to register that child. Then there are some sections of law that I will not want to bore you with today. There are some sections of law that you will need to be wary of when it comes to giving registration to a child to become a UK citizen under one of the parents that later becomes settled. Don't forget, both parents at the time the child was born, none of them has a settled status, so none of them is settled at the time the child was born. But one of them becomes settled later on in life, which basically means that the child, you have to look at the scenario very well. The child will be able to apply to become registered UK citizen. But then before you can do so, you have to look at the year the child was born. So these are the areas that you would need to take advice on. You have to look at the year the child was born. You have to look at so many things to be able to understand whether the child will be able to register straight away, or the child will just, we only need to obtain a British passport directly under the father. So it depends on the scenario. There is another issue that comes to my mind, and that is basically under, I will not give you the section, that's why I'm a lawyer, so I don't have to give you the section. But another issue is that if you want to register a child to become a UK citizen, you have to check your documents carefully. Were you married to another man when that child was born? And are you still married to that man? But the child belongs to someone else. So if you are married at the time the child was born, and later on, you gave birth to a child, but to another man, but you have not divorced the previous marriage, it basically means that you might end up, you will not be able to register that child directly. You won't be able to register that child straight away. So you need to take consultation. These are the things that you will need advice on rather than wasting your money. The registration fee to the government is 1,012. 1,012. And consultation is a peanut compared to 1,012. So you need to take advice before you waste money in that aspect. Most cases, people waste money without taking advice. And if you will understand what I usually tell people, educate people on from time to time, consistently, I have been saying it consistently. That you must always take consultation. You must always take consultation. Because if a woman is married previously, and you have not divorced the document, you have not divorced your previous marriage, and you are in another relationship entirely, and you got pregnant, and you have a child, and the child's father, the new father, has British passport, and you want to register that child, you will have hiccup. You're going to have hiccup, you're going to have headache, you're going to encounter problem in that area. You will not be able to come back, you have to go through. So you need to take advice. You need to take advice. There is no two ways of doing this other than taking advice. In that realm, my name has not changed, Lawyer Tokunbo Olagbaye. Contact me on 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. Until next time, I remain your humble lawyer, Tokunbo Olagbaye. Take care. Bye for now.